Before the gates open, before the laughter, the chaos, the noise, there's stillness. This park feels different when it's quiet, like it's holding stories, lessons, moments no one else sees. I don't just clock in here. I grew here. I learned a lot here. One mistake, one meltdown, one breakthrough at a time. This place taught me things I've never expected. So here's 7 lessons I learned working at an amusement park. Lesson number 1. Great things take time. The park has taught me that great things take time from the first day that I went out there, because the amusement park didn't just get built overnight or over a week or a month or a year. It took a long time, and even when it got open, it didn't do very well. It was brand new. We actually had a hurricane and we had COVID the first 2 seasons. That's 2 more years. The 3rd season was really our first season, and it was slow, of course. First time a business is open, and it slowly kept getting busier and busier and busier every season. You can't go into it thinking that anything that you start today will have results tomorrow. You have to be prepared to work at something for a very long time to achieve the kind of results that you probably want. And that brings me into point number 2, which is play the long-term game. You want to plan from the very beginning all the way till the very end. If you play the long-term game and you plan through the whole process, you think about the possible scenarios that could cause the business to fail, or anything to fail, whatever you're trying to do. And you think about ways to prevent those ahead of time. You think about how the future market could impact your business. That would make a much better decision if it's even worth starting in the first place. So you always want to be thinking ahead and plan long term. Don't just do something because you feel like doing it. Think it through. Think about if it's really the best thing to do, and play the long-term game. Number 3, if you genuinely try, you're ahead of 99% of people. This may surprise you, this may not, because most people do not give maximum effort or even a little bit of effort. Most people don't even give a little bit of effort towards something. They just complain about it and go through the daily motions of doing it, but they don't actually genuinely put in real effort. I can use the example of, because I'm the manager of the amusement park, I can look on it from a different point of view now, and knowing what I would want out of an employee to have them move up the ranks is really simple. I didn't say easy. It's very simple though. It's straightforward. All you have to do is genuinely try. Consistently, genuinely try, and you are ahead of 99% of people. Number 4 is Waymish. Now, this is a book that my grandfather gave me. Waymish stands for Why Are You Making It So Hard for Me to Give You My Money? Now, this book is filled with short stories of different businesses and reasons for the barrier between a customer purchasing their product and not purchasing their product. The thing that I want to stress and take away from this book that I want to share with you guys is that in a business, it is okay sometimes to bend the rules or to break the rules if it saves a customer. And now what I mean by that is, if a customer is unhappy and they're going to leave your place, they might leave a bad review, they'll never come back. If you give them something to cheer them up or to get them to come back, then you're more likely to have a returning customer. So if you give them, this is a hypothetical, this wouldn't just happen, but if you gave them $100 worth of a product that made them very happy, that cheered them up, well, they're going to come back again and again, and that $100 will be made up very quickly. You always want to be thinking, why is it hard for customers to give me their money? Number 5, I actually recognized this from reading 48 Laws of Power, and when I read it, I realized it's something that I already knew but have never taken the time to think about it and truly recognize it. But that is Law 11 in 48 Laws of Power, says, learn to keep people dependent on you. One of the best ways to move up in the world is to keep people dependent on you because they can't afford to lose you. I can even give examples as to some of my employees, the ones that do something that the other employees don't. And sometimes I realize I do depend on them for certain things. Those employees are much more valuable to me than the ones who I don't depend on for certain things. So if you can get someone to depend on you for your work, they're going to be willing to pay you a lot more. Number 6, always plan for the worst case scenario. Like I mentioned earlier, the first 2 seasons of the park, we had Hurricane Michael and we had COVID. Now, you can't really plan for natural disaster or an epidemic, but you can be ready for something bad like that when it hits. If you plan for the worst case scenario, then when it happens, it's not even as much of a loss because you've already thought about it and you've already prepared yourself for it. And if it's not the worst case scenario and it's anything that is not as bad but still bad as the worst case scenario, it doesn't even seem that bad because you've already thought about the worst thing, and that is already something that you became comfortable with possibly happening. Number 7, always remain a student, never become cocky, and always continue to learn. Even when you're at the top of the ladder, at the top of the food chain at what you're doing, don't assume that you're the best and that you know everything. Continue to take advice from people who have been in your shoes before, or continue to work on your craft in other ways. The day that you think you know everything will be the last day that you learn. You always have to keep an open mind, and you always have to realize that you don't know the answer to everything. And even the things you think you know an answer to, you probably don't. I hope you guys enjoyed these 7 quick lessons of things that I've learned from working at an amusement park. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and subscribe. Follow my Instagram, Huckley33. And I hope you guys will watch the next one. See you guys.